Has it ever felt like you're doing everything right, eating healthy, working out, but your energy still crashes? Or your mood swings hit out of nowhere? I know I have. What I've learned is that a lot of these issues are tied to changes in my hormones. That's where Happy Mammoth comes in. They offer a free 2-minute quiz that can help you uncover the root cause of your hormonal symptoms. It's super easy. Just answer a few questions. You'll get a personalized recommendation to help support your hormones and start feeling better. From the hormone quiz, I learned that my estrogen rises and falls unevenly. So the solution is hormone harmony, which could help with bloating, anxiety, fatigue, overwhelm, and more. Ready to start feeling like yourself again? Head over to happymammoth.com and take their free 2-minute hormone quiz today to find the ultimate answer to your stubborn hormonal issues. And for a limited time, you can also get 15% off your entire first order with our code DATEABLE at checkout. That's happymammoth.com and use the code DATEABLE for 15% off today.
Anyone else so busy these days that it can be hard to find the time to shop, yet alone pick out a good outfit? That's where Armoire comes in. With a clothing rental membership, you can effortlessly turn heads with stylish, everyday looks tailored just for you. In the last couple months, we've done so many book events, and I don't know what I would have done without Armoire. It's been my literal lifesaver, where I can try all sorts of clothing and swap them out if they aren't the right fit, or if I just want different styles. What I love the most is trying new pieces I wouldn't necessarily want to commit to buying, like wide-leg jeans or blazers. Sometimes it's been a no, but other times I've been pleasantly surprised, and I've loved expanding my style a bit with Armoire. Right now, our listeners can give Armoire a try and get up to 50% off their first month. That's up to $125 off. Just visit armoire.style/dateable. That's armoire.style, ARMOIRE.style/dateable to get up to 50% off your first month and never worry about what to wear again. Try Armoire today.
Hi, I'm Yue Xu.
And I'm Julie Kraftchick.
We're active daters turned dating insiders.
Here to dive into everything modern dating and relationships.
Welcome to Dateable. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Brunch Talk.
We're back. Dating Q&A and some updates. And, we have a really good question today that we're going to address that I think is very top of mind for many, many daters.
They're all very good questions. We do not pick favorites. All of them are our favorites, our favorite questions. But it just shows that if you have a question or going through a dating challenge, chances are many other people are going through the same thing.
Yes. I'm looking forward because at the time of recording this, we are going to be doing some upcoming events. We have Santa Monica Public Library coming up in Los Angeles on the 15th, which I keep thinking is a Wednesday, but it's a Thursday. I don't know why I have such a mental block on that.
Yeah, life over 40.
I'm going to show up at the airport on Wednesday. I swear.
I would laugh so hard. If that... Well, no, you are showing up at the airport on Wednesday.
What do you mean? Oh, I am. I am actually going to the airport. No, I'm not.
No, Thursday. Thursday morning.
Thursday. I'm like, wait, am I?
Really
no, I'm not.
I won't even be home Wednesday. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're not even there.
That would be really bad.
I'm like, it's the 15th, right? They're like, nope, no, it's not.
What is the dumbest thing you've ever done at the airport for a flight or for travels?
Ooh, I'm trying to think of mine, but I'm thinking of someone else's, and this is a good story. I remember I was with some friends, and we were talking about, this was actually right after my Italy trip. So they were just like, did any issues come up? And I talked about that train incident that I've shared on this podcast before about how we got on the wrong train and almost got stranded. And then one of my friends was like, oh, I literally lost it on my husband once because I forget where they were. Maybe it was France and Paris. Are there two airports there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they basically went to the wrong airport.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Yeah.
They're not that far from each other, so it's not. But if you are like me, who does last minute...
Oh my God, I can't even travel with you.
Nobody can, which is great because I hate traveling with people. Just leave me. When I travel with my partner, It's like, you go to the airport first, you get settled, and then I'll see you at the gate.
Oh my God, you guys don't go together?
It depends on how early the flight is. If it's a 9 a.m. flight, he will want to get there at like 6:30. I'm not doing that. I'm just not
So
doing
you're talking
that.
about your current bad friend?
Yes.
I just want to point out you use the word partner.
Oh, it's just easier.
I don't know. Easier. I think there's something hidden there.
Should I say just, I don't want to say boyfriend. It just sounds so weird. A boyfriend talking. Don't read into it. It's interchangeable in my mind, just to make things a little easier. But I've definitely done that in New York. I showed up at LaGuardia when I was supposed to be at JFK. That was a shit show because those airports are far apart from each other.
Yeah.
But I've also, I think I told you this, Julie, I've told other friends too, because I am a last minute traveler. I just like getting to the gate when they're about to board. The only time I've ever missed a flight. Nightmare. Exactly. If you have any little bit of anxiety, this would bring up all the anxiety in you. The only time I've ever missed a flight was because I got to the airport too early and I lost track of time. I was like, I have so much time on my hands. I'm going to walk around. I'm going to shop. I'm going to eat. And then I fucking missed the flight.
That's ironic. So my partner and I both love getting to the airport really early.
Yeah.
It's something that I was like, oh, I found the right person because we can share this. But one time, my partner also loves taking naps. So early in our relationship, I was not with him. He was flying back to his mom's house. And he was in the airport super early, of course, decided to take a little nap. And he's usually good about like getting up. Like he is good about setting alarms, all that. They actually moved his gate while he was sleeping. So he did get up on time, but then by the time like to get to that other gate, he missed his flight and had to like rebook the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Why? I think it's so evil when they change your gate like that. Oh, that's bad. So then he got on the next flight, hopefully.
It was a little, it's like that, like where she lives in Florida isn't like the easiest place to like get to. So there's not like a ton of direct flights. So he definitely had to like, he had to be there for a while. Let's just say that.
Oh no. But those are the telling times when you're traveling with a partner, whether you're compatible or not. It's if you can travel together and get through these moments, because we've all encountered them. And I've certainly had partners who could not handle stress and pressure, and some people who are just really good with it.
Or you just learned how to deal with your partner, because I feel like I'm the type that would freak out. Like I don't want to say like, oh, they're bad if they do freak out, because like some people like me, that's just like my nature. Like I would freak out, but I think my partner would either ignore me. I mean that in like the most loving way, but like be like, okay, like I'll help you, but like at some point, like this is your own shit. You have to like figure out. You know what I mean? Like we'll work together to figure out the resolution, but your anxiety and spiraling is like your thing to deal with.
And you're okay with that. You're okay with your partner ignoring that? Or does that get you mad in the beginning and then you calm down?
Yeah, I think in the beginning, I'm like, aren't you sharing this? And then his response is always like, we don't need two people stressed. I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
I'm going to use that next time.
Yeah, I think it's like there's a line. Like you can't just like outright ignore someone because that will just like amplify it.
Yeah.
But you don't have to necessarily feed into it yourself either.
Yeah, you have boundaries. I recognize you are stressed.
Yeah.
I don't want to be part of that energy. We're going to get through this.
Let's I don't know. I feel like together. I don't want to be part of that energy would trigger me.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I would ever say that to you. There are a lot of things that would trigger you that I know that would not fly. But it would probably be something like, I recognize that you're feeling stressed. I recognize this is a stressful situation. We'll get through this together. Let me figure out a plan.
Yeah, that's better. That's a better way to say it. Yeah, you have to know your partner and what's triggering. That's for sure.
Yeah, I remember this one time with my ex, we were traveling and got back to LA and we had to get to the dog sitter before they closed. Otherwise, we couldn't pick up his dog till the day after. I did not know this. He did not communicate this to me. So I'm like, wow, look at this. And oh my gosh, look at this new California sweatshirt they're selling at the store.
Oh my God.
And he's just like huffing and puffing. And I was like, what is going on? And then we get to the dog sitter and he's like, why are you acting like such a kid that I have to tow around? Didn't you know that we had to get to this dog sitter by 6 o'clock? Like, I don't know. You got to communicate that with me. Right?
Yeah. Well, you definitely need to like tell someone if that's the issue.
Yeah,
I think
like-
actually like the silent huffing and puffing
It's
is
the
worse.
worst.
It's worse than like someone like outwardly freaking out because at least you like know what's
Exactly.
happening. I don't know. Maybe people would disagree, but in my opinion, at
I'd
least.
much rather have someone just blow up at me than give me the silent treatment. Because I kept thinking, like, did I say something wrong? What did I do something? I don't know what I did. And he was building up all this resentment in the 20 minutes we were in this Uber. You know, and like, what is happening?
Yeah.
So yes, talk it out. Talk it out. I do love a good rupture in a relationship because at least you're verbalizing something. The worst is that underlying resentment and frustration that just builds and builds and builds. And one day it erupts, and that's not pretty.
Maybe we'll put the question out to the listeners. First of all, are you an anxious or calm traveler? And then second, would you rather be with someone that silently has their anxiety or outwardly has their anxiety?
Yes. Yes.
I guess silently you at least just don't know and it doesn't bother you until it, like, if it's like resentment building, that's one thing. But then, yeah, I think, I don't know. You can always kind of tell when someone's
You can
like
tell. I was going to say,
silently
you can
anxious.
always tell. And then what's telling is you go, what's wrong? And they go, nothing. That's,
yeah.
You're like, okay,
or like you can
something's
see
wrong.
the wheels turning. I definitely always know when my partner is silently stewing.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. It's a different vibe.
For sure.
But good. We got that travel anxiety out of the way. It's so fascinating though.
I do think traveling with someone, though, it's not that there's a right or wrong way, but like, can you work together?
Yes.
And that doesn't mean both of you have to be perfect by any means, but can you navigate through this?
Yes. That first trip together, it's always so telling.
Something will always go wrong.
Absolutely. It's something you can't even anticipate. My first trip with my current man friend partner, see, I just mushed it all together. There's no debate. We got to the Airbnb and they only had one key. So for the rest of the trip, we had to share this one key and had to really communicate and coordinate how we get in and out of this Airbnb.
Oh, because he was working, right?
He was there.
I was like,
on
why
a work
is that
trip.
that big a deal? But I guess if you're doing your own thing, we're
doing our own thing. Yeah, that was probably the biggest test in our early relationship.
Yeah, that is annoying. I guess if you're like on vacation together, you can figure it out more. But I can see that. Yeah,
you're more chill vibes. But if if one person's working and the other one's on vacation and there's only one key, that's quite the social experiment.
Well, speaking of social experiments, something we wanted to bring back to Brunch Talks in our lives here is our Would You Rather. I guess, I don't know, segment's a weird word, but we used to do this thing on intros that we would ask each other these would you rather questions. And they were always really thought provoking and interesting, and people really loved it. So we want to bring it back because it's been a while. It's been a while since we've had one.
And we have a list. We had this ongoing list of would you rathers that we loved. So I'm just going to go down the list. We might as well just go
Love it
from the top one. This one's still... It kind of makes me giggle because this is so evil. Okay. Would you rather date someone who has slept with your best friend or someone who hates your best friend?
Ooh, that's tough.
It's so evil. So evil.
I'm also like a tangent. I'm watching the show Vanderpump Rules, and I know I'm late to the game because it's been around since like 2013. Yeah. But I'm back on there, and these people are the most evil because they either do sleep with all of each other's best friends or they hate them. So this is like a real life thing.
It is.
That show is reality TV gold, though, and I'm like, where have I been for all these years?
That's why she has so many franchises of that show. Now there's Vanderpump Villas.
Villa, yeah.
What?
It's crazy. It's crazy. But I think sorry, I'm going to get off this tangent because it's very different. But my last thing here is I think it's because it was before reality stars like became like insta famous and like they were like so public. So it was just so freaking raw. But anyways.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is so tough.
Would you rather date someone who has slept with your best friend or someone who hates your best friend?
Okay, I'm going to say neither are good, just to put that out
well,
there.
Well, obviously. That's the whole point of would you rather. You don't want any of these.
Slept with my best friend. Because if it, like, oh, okay, do they still have lingering feelings? Because that's different, too.
There are no follow-up questions.
Okay, if they hooked up one time, wasted, then slept with my best friend. Because then each time forward, at least it's not, like, awkward that people are, like, very uncomfortable in the sense that, like, nothing is worse than being in a room where, like, someone outwardly hates you. And I think that would be very uncomfortable for the long term. But if there was like still desire that crept in, I think I would choose the hate because I'm changing my answer for this. This is very difficult. Okay, it's conditional
just verbally
for me.
Talked herself
it's
out
conditionally.
Of this,
It's conditional for me. If they still have any desire at all, I'd rather hate because then I'm not in the middle of it at all.
How would you know if there's any lingering feeling? Why would they tell you? There's no way you would know.
Well, when did this happen? How many years ago?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay, I'll stick with my original answer. What would you pick?
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm going to stick with slept with them.
Okay. I would go with hate. I would definitely go with hate. I think if someone I'm dating has slept with my best friend, it will always be looming over me that I will always be visualizing them together. Right. And it's so weird that to be in the same room, have my partner have seen my best friend naked and vice versa. That is weird to me. Unless I like to swing, maybe that could be really beneficial. But at this point in my life, no. If he really hated my best friend, I think there's some room there. Maybe there is room for group therapy or really talk through where this hate stems from. Because also there could be something with my best friend that's putting out there too. Like maybe both of them are putting out this energy that can be resolved. And if both of them prioritize me and where I want these two relationships to go, then they would put in the effort to try to come to some sort of amicable relationship.
So on the other side of hate is love. So maybe they secretly love each other.
Then go for it.
I'd rather them just F each other than love each other.
I'd rather them F each other after me than before me.
Also, can you say that word on YouTube?
Yes. Oh, yeah. People do all the time.
Anything goes. Okay. Just being innocent over here.
That's just my thought. But
no, it's a mind scratcher. That's for sure.
Yeah. Has anybody ever been in this situation before? I would love to know. Anybody?
Yeah. Well, let's leave a poll on that one, actually. And definitely leave some comments either here or on Spotify.
Have any of your friends ended up with someone that you've hooked up with?
No, never. Have you had that?
Just one friend. And she knew this is not a serious thing, but she knew getting into this relationship with him. They're now married with kids.
Okay.
But
it was someone you like dated, but not seriously?
Never dated him. Just hooked up.
Okay, just hooked up. Okay, but they're married. So they're
married
clearly
with kids.
Like strong to go there.
Yes. And even after we hooked up, I knew that they would be good together. I just knew.
Do you still talk to them?
I do.
So,
but she's never brought it up explicitly. So I don't know if there's still like lingering resentment of any sort, but we've all hung out in the same room before.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like resentment if like you did first and then like if anything it would be the other way around, that there's like resentment. So it's more of just weirdness, but it's not like you did anything wrong if you hooked up with someone and then she's now dating them and gets married.
Right. You know? Yeah, true. It's awkward. It's not awkward anymore. It's been years. Like, well,
that's what
right?
I mean. That's why I'm almost like I'd prefer to just like have them once like each other to the point of being together, and then you can just like get over it. I don't know. That's why it's so situational. It's a good one.
It's a good one.
I want to dive into this even more, but before we do, let's take a quick break to hear from our partners. So, I've been hearing about Skims for a while now, but I never really understood the hype. But let me tell you, it is legit. I don't think I'll ever wear another brand of underwear again, I swear. That's how obsessed I am. I love both the boy shorts and the racerback scoop bralette. They feel like no other underwear I've ever worn before. Literally, it feels like you aren't even wearing underwear because the fabric melts on your skin. Yet it still has the support I need, which is seriously just blows my mind in the best way possible. I don't know what they put into this fabric, but it feels like pure bliss, and I will be 100% getting all my wedding garments from Skims because I can't go back at this point. Hopefully you all could experience this level of comfort too. Shop Skims Fits Everyday Collection and more at skims.com. After you place your order, be sure to let them know I sent you. Select podcast in the survey and be sure to select Dateable in the drop-down menu that follows.
Once the weather started getting warmer, I realized I was back in the same worn-out rotation. Same tank, same shorts, same everything. So I gave my daily uniform an upgrade with Quince. Their pieces are easy, elevated, and somehow make me feel more put together without even trying. Like 100% European linen shorts and dresses from $30, luxe swimwear, Italian leather platform sandals, and so much more. Now, my favorite summer item has been the super soft bike shorts that are so perfect for everyday wear and has the quality of high-end athleisure brands. But by cutting out the middlemen, Quince gives you luxury without the markup. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes. Treat your closet to a little summer glow up with Quince. Go to quince.com/dateable for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/DATEABLE to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/dateable. Does it feel like most healthy snacks just taste so bland? Well, I think I may have found the perfect healthy snack. Washington Red Raspberries. They're a clean, simple, and seriously delicious way to add more nutrients to your day. So get this, they're American grown, picked at peak ripeness, and frozen within hours to lock in nutrients like fiber, antioxidants, and vitamin C. And I love to toss them in a smoothie or a yogurt for breakfast or eat them as a healthy treat throughout the day. Grown with care by American farmers in Washington state, frozen Washington Red Raspberries are one of the best kept secrets in the freezer aisle. Make sure to always check the label for American grown frozen raspberries. Want to discover new ways to use American frozen red raspberries and get more details on where you can grab a bag of these delicious berries? Go to redraz.org. That's redrazz.org. You'll find recipes, healthy tips, retail locations, and everything you need to make frozen Washington Red Raspberries a regular part of your routine.
Do you find that you sleep better when it's a bit cooler? I certainly do, and as the weather is getting warmer, this is top of mind because I run hot, especially when I sleep. So hot sleepers, listen up, this one is for you. You probably know Avocado Green Mattress for their certified organic mattresses, but did you know they also make unbelievably breathable, natural bedding? Avocado sheets and duvet inserts help regulate temperature so you sleep cool, dry, and comfortable all night long. And that's because organic sleeps cooler than cheaper synthetic alternatives. Their products definitely keep me cool, comfy, and sleeping soundly all night long. Now is the perfect time to refresh your bedroom as we head into summer. And not to mention, there is easy financing options with Affirm to make your purchase more accessible. Head to avocadomattress.com today to save 10% on all bedding and 50% on clearance bedding. Avocado, dream better.
We do have a viewer question.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to go with the viewer question first?
Let's do it.
Thank you, viewer, for asking this question. I'm 34. I've gone to therapy, gone to the gym. I've gone to college, law school, and became a lawyer. I own my own house. Now I'm just shortening this question. I've never felt that anyone has liked me. I'm always just the friend, which I'm okay with being friends with women. It's just no one is interested in me. I don't know what to do.
Okay. Well, first of all, I think it's wonderful that you have this great life that you just shared, but I don't think that correlates to like romantic interest, like leading with the resume. So while that's great and it shows stability in some ways, what's missing is the connection piece to someone. Just telling people all the things you have on paper and who you are doesn't make it that it correlates to someone that they'd want to date. So what's more important is when you are on dates, obviously if someone brings up questions about you, by all means don't hold back. Instead of like listing the resume of why someone should date you, show them why they should date you. Be a
Mhm.
partner to them and listen to them and have interesting conversation where you're curious about their life and their choices and what led them down certain paths, as they will be to you as well. That I think is maybe what's missing. The fact that all that was like led with in the first place, I wonder if that energy is being brought into romantic situations as well.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we are at this place in our dating culture where we feel like I've built this life, I've
Yeah.
done this, so therefore I deserve a partner or I'm entitled to a partner. And as we know with dating, nothing's linear. There's no degree for you to get, and therefore you get a job as someone's partner. What is what is telling to me about your question is you seem to always get friend zoned, seen as a friend. And what we've seen is when you get friend zoned, it usually means that there is a lack of conviction in the way you speak to the women that you're interested in and your friendships. It's the, oh, it's cool if we hang out, or it's cool that we're not romantic and you're telling me about your boyfriends or the guys that you're dating. There are no clear boundaries. And then as the receiving end, she's probably like, oh, he's just so nice to me. Okay, maybe we're just friends because you put yourself there a lot of the times. The connection piece that Julie's talking about is so key in all of this because the connection is everything that determines whether there's a viable relationship or not. And if you're not being vulnerable enough to put yourself out there and acting with conviction, that connection doesn't really have an opportunity to grow.
And listener, obviously, we don't know you and your situation. So, what I'm going to say is not directed at you, but I do recall I had this guy friend that always felt like they were in the friend zone all the
Mhm.
time. And it felt like they had this like almost sense of entitlement, like they deserved more from the women that are in their life. And a lot of times, like, the friend zone to me, I think it's like a weird verbiage too, because it's like, does this person that you interact with owe you to be in a relationship? And therefore, like, then you're not if they're not receptive. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like the baseline is that you're friends and then it either grows or it doesn't. It's not like it was in this world and now I got like downgraded. It was never in
Right,
this world
right.
to begin with.
Right, right. It's a very good point. And then he says, I must not be interesting and attractive then. Okay, I'll just give up. LOL. Nope, that's not what we're saying. It's absolutely not what we're
No,
saying.
not at all.
And we hope that many of you who are feeling this way, the answer is not to give up. It just means you're talking to the wrong people. It doesn't mean that you don't have any options out there, or it's you're talking to the people who don't see you as a romantic partner, right? And oh, then he says, I don't feel like it's appropriate to flirt or make a move unless it'll be reciprocated. Okay. And that's where the confusion comes in our dating culture today. It's like, do I make the first move? But I
Yeah.
don't want to make the first move if it's taken in a different way or taken the wrong way. You don't have to make a physical first move, but we really believe it's important, especially in this day and time, is to verbalize it. I have feelings for you, or I am interested in getting to know you as more
Yeah.
than a friend. I would love to take you out on a proper date. How's your schedule next week? How's Thursday? Oh, sorry.
Are
See,
they
it's my
calling you right now? Just
yeah. They're calling me. They're calling me right now. With live, you never know what happens. When you act with conviction and also are vulnerable enough to be explicit about your feelings, that's when you put your interest forward. That's making a move. It's not like
yeah.
leaning in for a kiss or grabbing their hand. It's not
Right.
that barbaric. It is purely just putting your feelings out there.
Also, I think too, it's like if you're meeting people in a dating context, like off apps and all that, and then they're saying, oh, there's no emotional connection, let's try being friends, or something that basically puts you in that friend vibe. It's not that you're unattractive, it's not that you're boring, but maybe the relational skills aren't fully there. And
Hmm.
I think this isn't, again, this is not something you have done wrong. this is dating. And the challenges with dating is we act in ways that we think we should to get the guy or get the girl or whoever.
Yes.
It's not an object to be gotten, but that's like how we've been trained for years. So a lot of it is like unlearning what it means to be good at dating, which is why we have a whole book. So we hope you, listener, do pick this up if you haven't yet, because I think the showing up chapter in particular will be really, really helpful. And the best part is like you don't actually need to change anything about yourself in the terms of how you look and your personality. It's just that you're approaching dating differently and honestly probably a lot more authentically. Like if you look at like how you are with your friends, my guess is that it's different than how you are with dates. And we get it. Like it's a romantic context versus platonic, but I think a lot of times our personalities and the way that we like interact also get shift in that process.
It's the fear that's really blocking you and giving you all these obstacles in your mind that don't really exist. So he's asking, how am I supposed to know if someone likes me then? I can't tell a woman that I'm interested unless I feel like they're interested in me. If we approached life in any other area of life with this type of thinking, nothing would get done. What if you said, I will never apply to a job unless I know that I can get the job?
Right.
Or I will never pursue a friendship with this person unless they explicitly tell me they want to be friends with me. We wouldn't have friends. We wouldn't have jobs. Nothing would happen. Everything in life is about putting yourself at the forefront, do you like this person? Okay, if you like this person, speaking your truth. And if they're not on board, then you know that's not the person for you. That's the only way to find out.
The other thing too, it doesn't need to be like this big declaration up top. You could just go on if you went on a date with them, let's say you met them on a dating app, all you need to do is say like, I had a really good time with you. I'd love to do this again. And if they say no, they say no. That's not like confessing and putting yourself out there in that big a way when you really think about it. Or if it's someone you already know, saying something similar like, hey, I really like spending time with you. I'd love go to dinner or something one-on-one or something that indicates that it's more progression. You can take like more baby steps. Like it doesn't need to be like, I love you. I've had a crush on you for 10 years. Like you don't need to go that bold like from right away. Just take a little step and see if they give back to you. And if they do, then keep putting it out there. Even the little step though, you can be forthcoming about what you want and what you're looking for.
Yes. Put yourself in the driver's seat. You're the one trying to get to answers. And yes, I see your point. He's saying I wouldn't apply to jobs if I didn't have the prerequisites for that job, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Your prerequisite for anybody who is single is you're a good human being and that you're a dateable human being. Those are the prerequisites. Anybody will qualify for those prerequisites. I can't even say that word, for those prerequisites to apply for a job, to date someone.
That's why they shorted to prereqs.
Is that what they say? Prereqs?
Prereqs, yeah.
Oh. You are dateable. Okay, no,
you are.
We're not going to debate this. So you are innately dateable. Everyone's innately dateable. Everyone is. That's why our book is called How to Be Dateable, because we're just bringing out that side of you that maybe has been suppressed for a long time because you're barking at the wrong tree.
Yeah, or you're just influenced by the dating rules and the way we're supposed to date that aren't really serving you. Yeah, I really hope this listener could pick up the book because I do think the showing up chapter will be game-changing for them.
Yes. He says, yes, I will check out your book.
You're dateable. I want you to leave on that note.
Yes, you are very dateable.
Nothing needs to change about you except for, just how you relate to someone.
Yes. Absolutely.
Cool. Well, I'm glad that we were able to dive into that question. I think a lot of people ask questions like this, especially when dating hasn't necessarily gone their way, or sometimes it feels like you're applying to hundreds and hundreds of jobs with no leads back. It can be discouraging, right? So I'm glad that you were able to put that out there because a lot of us feel this deep down.
And on a platform like YouTube, where we're doing this live, on any platform, I've given this example before, you get to control the algorithm of your life. YouTube will be presenting these videos to you, all these videos to you, right? If you have no interest in them, they'll ask, do you want to see a video like this again? You say no, then they go on. They want to feed you videos that you want to see. It's the same thing with dating. If you don't ask the person, do you think we could be viable together? then you'll never know. You might be presenting videos to someone who has no interest in seeing your videos. All you're trying to get to are the right eyes for your video, for your content. And then get rid of the people, filter out the people who have no interest in your content.
But you also have to make good content. Putting that out there too. Like, I agree with you on that. Like, but if we're not making good content or showing up in a way that's conducive to relating, then you might just be getting rid of people, and not finding anyone that sticks. So I think it's a both. It's not an either or.
Yes. Unless you make all those videos of you putting your face in bread and then millions of people watch it. Still boggles my mind why that content gets viewed. But there is a lid for every pot.
There is. Someone's turned on by that.
Someone's into it.
Okay. Well, I'm so glad that we were able to go through some of this today. I'm still going to be thinking about that would you rather and how disturbing it kind of is to me, like thinking about that with my partner and friends. But no, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll get rid of that thought.
No, I think
I don't need that thought going around in my head.
No, let's not put that in the universe. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyways, hope everyone has a good week and we will see you next week.
Thanks for the questions. Bye.
Bye.